Hi everyone, it's Angela from Shin and I have not seen you guys in a while. I'm really happy to see everybody. I wanted to do a quick garden tour and I did some major cleanup this past summer. I had a lot of plants that were way overgrown. It was looking like a messy jungle, which I do like sometimes, but I did a major cleanup and I'm going to show you some footage of the garden before the cleanup and how it looks now. And we've had some quite unusual weather for us, and we're in Southern California, zone 10, and it's been cloudy for most of the summer, as you can see right now. So a lot of my summer vegetables have been pretty slow to take off, but we're in September right now, and I'm actually already starting my winter vegetable and flower seeds already. I can't believe how fast the time goes by, but I hope you enjoy this video, and let's get started. Look at this massive bag of tomatoes that I got. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so delicious. I love a good garden cleanup. It is so satisfying, and I love planning out what I'm gonna plant next. I will literally lay in my bed with my notebook and draw out diagrams of my garden for each season, and I just get so excited about it. I mean, is there any way I could do this for a full-time job? I mean, that would be my dream come true. Okay, this raised bed definitely needs a makeover. I've already started to take down some of my old kale plants that were just covered in powdery mildew and not doing well. My hollyhock probably needs to come down. And these giant kales need to come down. They are just out of control. And this massive Swiss chard here is just shading everything out behind it. So it needs to come out. So we're gonna do a makeover right here. Okay, this is my gigantic yellow Swiss chard plant. So I'm gonna harvest whatever seeds I can find and then take this monstrosity down, and we're gonna plant something new in this spot. So I always look for the dried stems to look for mature seeds. If I feel these flowers are actually very squishy and it just feels like dried petals and there's no seed on the inside. Oh, there's a seed right here. I can feel there's a hard seed on the inside, so I'm gonna save whatever seeds that I can find. This one right here is a good seed, nice and plump. Okay, look at all the Swiss chard seeds that I collected from my own garden. And just for fun, let's compare them to these store-bought seeds. And this is no contest. My own seeds is just far superior to any store-bought seeds. Now, there's still nothing wrong with these. Actually, they're genetically the same. These are the original seeds that I planted, that I grew in my garden, and they produce these seeds, which I've harvested. This is exactly why I love to save my own seeds. Like, you cannot buy seeds this good. And you know exactly which plants they came from. You can pick the absolute best plants that produces the best tasting fruits and vegetables and grow better and better plants year after year that are adapted to your specific climate. Okay, doesn't this look so much better? Now this kale has done so well because we took down the old overgrown kale and it opened up a lot more space and sunlight and allowed this one to thrive. It is looking just so beautiful. I planted a ton of apricot cosmos. I got these seeds from Baker Creek and they are gorgeous. My original apricot cosmos produced a ton of seeds, so I planted apricot cosmos everywhere in my garden, so we'll have beautiful flowers in the next couple of months. Down here I have some volunteer Swiss chard, and these seeds came from the old Swiss chard that we just cut down and the seeds spilled everywhere, and now I have volunteers, which I am so happy about because that means I don't have to do any work to get Swiss chard this winter. Over here I planted some pole beans. Now pole beans are one of my favorite things to grow. I am so happy with how this turned out. Now let's head over to the other raised beds to see what's going on there. Okay, so I've got a nice brown onion here. This one I've already cut off the flowering stem a while ago, and look how big the bulb is. I'm actually going to take this home and eat it, and I'm also going to harvest the seeds from this onion flower here. And I want to save these seeds. We're in August right now, and next month I'm going to be planting these and starting the next season's onion crop. So we've been getting a ton of zucchinis here. I have a gigantic one that's way overgrown, but I'm gonna let this fully mature so I can save the seeds off of that one. But I am still getting some really nice zucchinis. I've got tons of sweet potatoes. These are actually all volunteers from last year. When I harvested the sweet potatoes last year, some of them I accidentally left in the ground and they have just come back with a vengeance. So I did not plant any of these, but I'm happy to have sweet potatoes. My raspberry plant is producing some fruit. It's not ripe yet. My blueberry plant is producing a second crop of blueberries this summer. And these are beautiful shishito peppers. I planted lots of shishito pepper plants this year because I just love them. I have lots of bush beans this year, and they are doing so beautifully. And my trellis is finally filling out. I have lots of pole beans. I have these green pole beans, but also I have a purple blau-hilled pole bean, which is also really delicious. And I have picking these every single day. And I have some grape tomatoes here. My tomatoes have really not done well this year. We've hardly had any sunlight this year. We just had tons of cloudy weather, so they're just really slow to produce fruit this year. And I've got a really nice cucumber plant right here and some beautiful cucumbers that I've been harvesting also pretty much every single day. Got a few more tomatoes over here. And of course some volunteer borage. I will always have borage in my garden because the bees just love them. They self-seed every year. They're low maintenance. I never really fertilize them, and they just keep reseeding over and over again. I've got a ping tongue eggplant right here. No fruit on it yet. And I've got a sugar baby watermelon right here. Still very small, still needs to grow a lot. And of course, more zucchini. I have endless zucchini this year, and I am happy, so happy with my zucchini production this year. Here's another watermelon, sugar baby watermelon. And again, lots of volunteer sweet potatoes. More cosmos, lots of cosmos planted everywhere. Here is my almond tree that I grew from seed. got some beets that I just didn't have time to pick. But look at how massive these roots are. This is way overgrown. I'm not going to eat the beets when they're this overgrown, but the leaves are very tasty if you saute them. And since the plant's doing well, I think I'll just leave it. This one is the indigo rose tomato. These are quite small. I've been trying to fertilize them. They have a very interesting flavor. And a neighbor gave me these seeds, and I just thought it'd be really interesting to try that. Look at these beautiful peppers. These are sweet mini peppers. And this pepper plant is just doing so beautifully. I've got these beautiful fruits forming here. They're not ripe yet. I've got a bunch of carrots and absolutely gorgeous bush beans. I've never grown bush beans this huge before. And over here I am propagating my strawberry runners. This garden is a ton of work for just one person, so I've asked my nieces and nephew to help me out today.